Hi, I'm Jamie Sullivan. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some tips and tricks and muscle actions to keep in mind during balance postures. Balance seems to be some of the most challenging poses in a yoga studio, so it's just some things to keep in mind whether you're working at home or for the studio. If any of you have taken my classes, you know I usually go through a list of muscle actions to remember and to engage before you even start to lift your foot up off the floor. So we'll start with tree pose because that's one of the most popular poses and common poses in a yoga class. So if the teacher were to cue, okay, we're going to get into tree pose, one of the things that you can do is just to step off of your mat and get onto a hard, more stable, firm surface. So that's something that you can do that's very easy. Another thing you can do is just to move to a wall. There's a lot of tools and props that yoga studios have, like blocks, bolsters, and straps. And the wall is just another one of those tools that you can use. So you can always move to a wall and just place one hand on the wall to give yourself a little bit of assistance with your balance. So we're going to move into the posture, and we'll transfer weight into the left foot. And try to feel grounded in all four corners of that foot. Really feel the connection of your toes, the ball of your foot, the sides of your foot, and the heel pressing into the floor. And then that's your foundation. So pressing down into your foundation and then lifting up from there. Pull your kneecap up into your thigh to engage your quadricep muscle, and then hug the outer hip and glute on the same side. Hug that in, and then the core is really important in balance. So think about drawing the top and bottom of your core together and the sides of your core together to give you a nice, stable, firm foundation. And then from there, you can place your hands on your hips and then maybe just take a kickstand by keeping the toes and ball of your foot on the floor and your heel lightly against the inside of your standing shin. See how you feel there. If you feel like you're stable there, maybe you can lift your whole foot up by lifting it into the inside of that calf. You can take some kind of variation with your hands and see how that feels. And you'll feel movement in your standing foot. All those muscles and tendons are working to keep yourself balanced in this posture. And if you fall out, it's okay. Trees sway and bend, and you can sway and bend too. Fall and come back, and have patience. Try to have some patience while you're working through this. And one of the last tips I would share with you is to find a focal point, something that your eye can focus on. The lower your gaze is, the easier it is to balance. So you can focus a few feet in front of you on the floor. And then possibly when your balance starts to get a little bit better, you can begin to walk your eyes up a little further away from you on the floor, maybe up the wall, maybe up onto the ceiling. But those are just some things to keep in mind. And then some little ideas that you could try at home is if you're washing dishes at the sink, you can try balancing on one foot and then the other. If you're brushing your teeth, if you're standing in line, just give yourself that practice that you need. And it takes time and it takes patience, but don't give up. You can do tree pose.